All right, we made it to episode 40, everyone. Round of applause.
Woo!
All right, so we got Mark. How you doing, Mark?
Hey.
Got Jason. How you doing, Jason?
Hey.
Got the Doc. How you doing, Doc?
What's up?
All right, so I couldn't decide if we were going to do an all Halloween episode or an all political episode. I figured it's a pretty important election coming up. We'll do a political episode. And we got the conservative view.
Right here.
We got the liberal view.
Yeah.
And I guess I'll be moderator for the episode. And we'll have a little debate, and we'll see who wins. And I think this will be pretty accurate as far as the election goes, too.
I think America's going to win tonight.
Everyone wins.
No, America.
Okay, America.
This side of the room.
Fine. America wins. Hold on. All right, before we get into the politics, I got a little story. I just came from the gym with a meeting with a personal trainer. And it was quite humbling, actually. It was the guy... First, he had me go into this room, and he took my weight and my height, and I'm shorter than I thought I was, and heavier than I thought I was. So that it was fun right off the bat.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And then he proceeded to have me run on the treadmill for 10 minutes, which isn't bad. But then he said, all right, now we're going to test your cardio. I'm like, didn't we just test my cardio?
Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah. So he had me do this like Stairmaster thing where I'm running up and down stairs and doing different, right foot, left foot. And by then I'm ready to pass out because that was going on for like another 10 minutes. So now we're like a half hour into this thing, and we didn't even start the weightlifting portion of this thing. This guy looks like the Incredible Hulk, by the way. So I knew I was in for a long, long night.
I kind of think the point of the trainer is to prove to you that he's in so much better shape than you ever will be in.
Right.
So you should get a guy who has like a huge pot belly, eats donuts all day,
Yeah, exactly.
and he'll be like,
wow, you can do that?
He'll be like, okay, sit down, get back up. Whoa, we're done for now.
So far in your story, all he's done is made you feel bad.
And not much changes till the end of the story, actually. It was very humbling. And then he printed out a piece of paper that showed how obese I am. And it's like, you see where obese is, and you see how you're in this obese range? That's you. You see where it says obese? I'm like, I get it. Yes, I'm obese. Yeah, I get it. That's great. That's fine.
You see outside this range where you're nailing Paris Hilton? You're not near there.
Right. Well, actually, I think Paris Hilton would nail anybody. But,
I think it just gives you that range so you make sure that you sign on for the payments for the training sessions.
I know he would he put a book in front of me with a payment plan, and he kind of paused, but it was $700 for 10 things, and it was whatever you call it, training sessions, and that's way too much money. $70 for an hour,
it's a lot of money for an hour.
Who can afford that? Really, seriously, that's way too much. So I passed on that, and he told me. He told me very insightful things like I shouldn't eat Taco Bell for lunch, and I shouldn't eat sausage, egg, and cheese sandwiches for breakfast.
Who knew?
Yeah, it was very, very enlightening.
Does he know how delicious those things are?
Yeah, I'm like, but they're so yummy. And he told me food is for survival, not for pleasure. And that made me very sad, actually, because I really like to eat. That's part of my problem.
What if you lift the taco 10 times to your mouth before eating? Would that be okay?
Yeah, maybe if I strap a weight to my wrist while I'm eating the taco, so it's kind of like I'm lifting and eating.
All it would really mean was you just wouldn't eat the taco if you had the weight on your arm.
I would probably just put my head down to the edge of the table and eat it off the table without picking it up.
Maybe the weight's another taco.
Yeah.
Maybe you should just be eating more fattening food that weigh more. That would be a exercise.
Yeah. And then he showed me his before and after picture, and his before picture looked better than I do now. So I was like, well, this isn't very motivating.
Another confidence booster.
Yeah, he's like, well, I used to play football in high school. I'm like, so you went from pretty in shape to very in shape. That's not that impressive, really, when you think about it.
Well, at least you saw him as the after. I always see those ads in the paper, there's the before and after.
Yeah.
And the before guy's this really obese, pale white dude, and then the in shape guy, 10 weeks later, all buff and he's black.
Yeah. Well, that's what I learned. Working out gives you a tan. So if after 2 months at this gym I don't get a tan, I'm going to sue.
Yeah.
You also get a nice haircut, and you smile instead of frown. Those are the 3 things you get when you go to a gym.
And better clothing. Like
Yeah. So you go from like sweatpants, pale and frowning to a perfect tan, a nice haircut, and an Armani suit.
So it's, in other words, it's really 10 very worth it weeks.
Mm-hmm.
You spend $700 on Armani suit and just skip the gym.
Yeah. It's like that South Park episode. Jared has AIDS. Did you see that one?
No.
They it was a long time ago, but you know Jared from Subway?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He told the kids that he had AIDS, as in like, you know, people helping him with his diet, but they thought he lost all the weight because he had AIDS.
Oh.
It was pretty funny.
Did you ever hear of the there was an old weight loss product called AIDS? Dead serious, like back in like 1980, 1981, and
before that,
before it actually became big, and then their product was kind of ruined when the actual disease came out. They were like, there kind of goes our market.
They'd add like in parentheses, not the disease, like on the package, and it was a really long package.
Not the
No,
fatal
I've heard the
disease.
ad, the advertisement. It was like you can look it up on like YouTube or like or at least do a look on Google. It'll be like lose weight with AIDS. Get AIDS and you'll lose weight.
That's awesome. Gotta get our hands on some of that.
Before their time.
Yeah.
So then we moved on to the ab portion. At this point, I thought I was gonna barf. Apparently, I was doing abs totally wrong. He did show me some stuff that was pretty intense. And I think I stumbled out of there and made it just in time for this wonderful program. So,
What did he show you how to do? Like you had to like bend?
Yeah, I probably do abs wrong too, I guess.
yeah, you're doing it wrong too. Well, like the first half is like the normal stomach crunches, but then the second half you're just moving your legs to get the lower portion, and then the third half you're like twisting to get like some upper sideways ab that I didn't know existed.
Well, I feel like the thing.
Well, it's not that we were doing wrong. He's just doing it better.
I think the thing with
we were working out like two out of the like 8 ab muscles.
Well, he seems to work on the outer portion of the abs, and what I like to do is work on the inside, and that's why I get the food in there to work out the inside. I build up the inside,
stretching it out a little bit.
Yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I don't know about you guys. I don't have 8 abs. I have 10.
Really?
I have 12 abs.
You're almost up to a case.
You want to see them?
No.
Yeah.
Do not want to. So, yeah, that was my little gym adventure today. I think I'm going to be very, very sore tomorrow. But, you know, it's kind of fun. A little exciting. I'm fucking huge now. I'm ripped.
This is the after, right?
Yeah, my fucking arms are, like, just fucking tearing through the shirt.
Are you going to vote Obama now that you're black?
I didn't get the tan yet. I think that's tomorrow. I think first you get totally ripped, and then the next day you get a huge dark tan. And then the third day is when you get the nice clothes.
Sweet.
So, you know, I'm 2 days. By the weekend, I'll be looking ridiculous.
Nice.
Yeah. And then just in time for the election. Then I'll vote Obama.
I think that trainer looks ridiculous. I mean, there's a point where there's too many muscles.
You should actually get his card, though, and, like, when you go to bars and, like, if a girl, like, kind of interested in you, but she's kind of overweight and you don't really like not that into her, go, like, here, 10 weeks, come back to me.
Yeah. You just need to, you know, lift some stuff. Lift heavy things.
Pay $700.
My trainer actually said, I should lift you for 10 weeks and I'll be in shape.
Actually, instead of going to that guy, I should just go to our co-host Alex and get a little training session from him. He's pretty chiseled. Yeah. He likes to lift things. He's actually in a play coming up. I don't have the info in front of me, but
You'd be so excited that you plug something that people can't find.
Yeah,
exactly.
Good useless plug.
If you do a Google search for play and Alex, you'll find it.
Yeah,
Maybe. Yeah.
First hit.
you can't miss it.
It's
in New York City. That narrows it down.
Right, and the play is by some famous guy.
that writes plays.
Aren't that many famous people out there that have written plays?
It's from a guy that writes plays.
I can't
written
even remember.
between
Wow,
1920
I suck.
and 2007.
It's an Ideal Husband, actually.
Oh, An Ideal Husband by who?
The guy who wrote Ideal Husband.
You are as much help as I am.
I knew the name of the play.
People you may know, Molly Stowe.
I may know Molly Stone.
Just for people that don't know, why would they know? Jason here at one point got into an accident which fell on his face and had a giant black thing on his lip. We hadn't seen him. He was going to go meet us out for a party, And we were like, come out, no one will notice, it won't be a big deal. And he came out, and it was the funniest thing we've ever seen in our lives, and we spent the entire evening making fun of him.
It was sexy. My bottom lip was pretty swollen up.
And we made a Facebook page and called it Moly Stow.
Look it up.
I
It was funny. I was checking my mail and I see this message saying, "How do you know when you need stitches?"
That's the story behind it. I thought you just put a mole on your face. I didn't know it was an actual injury. Was that a drunken, stumbly injury?
Oh yeah.
You'd
Oh,
hope,
yeah.
You'd
Yeah.
hope it wasn't a sober one.
Stumble is an understatement.
So it's at the Turtle Shell Theater for anybody who lives in Manhattan. It's 300 West 43rd Street. You could see co-host Alex in the lead role in Ideal Husband by Oscar Wilde. That's that famous guy.
And if you don't live in Manhattan, there's some good deals on cheap tickets right now.
Right.
You can get the flight in. It'd be worth it.
So starting tomorrow and going through November 16th. Is that when you said you were going to go?
Thursday before that.
13th? Okay.
So if you go on the 13th, you will get to hang out with Emil. He promises to say hi to you, hang
He's
out
actually
with
the
you.
doc because we don't want to say his
Oh,
real name.
yeah.
That's okay.
I'll edit that out, but I really won't.
No.
I'll say I'll edit it out, but I'm lazy and I won't. So,
But I actually don't even care that much. So that's fine.
yeah, who cares? The doc is a little more...
It's cooler.
Yeah, it's trendy. It's cutting edge.
So
we got an election coming up. I figure we have a little civil debate here.
Can't promise civil.
Okay, we'll just have a debate. It may end in fisticuffs.
yeah.
I brought the boxing gloves just in case. What's your stance, Doc? Are you
Mickey Mouse is looking strong.
okay? No, what? I don't know. Left is liberal and right is not. They
Right-
keep talking about reaching across and touching each other. And I don't know. I don't know left from right.
I think they took all that from a phone commercial.
Conservative is crazy, right? That's like the people who believe that.
Yeah, I think that's right wing.
Well, I'd like to say, since I'm going to be the conservative on this show, we're not crazy. We're actually real America. We're the sane ones. And the liberals, I guess they're the commies we fought in many wars.
Crazy is a nice way to say completely deluded because the people that live in bumfuck Alabama think that there's no other part of America.
Listen, I mean, without the people in Alabama, America would be. America would never have been formed without Alabama
What about Tennessee?
or Tennessee.
Really, Tennessee's important.
Tennessee's damn important.
Memphis is important.
Tennessee Senator Ernie Chambers is suing God.
Is he a Democrat?
Well, suing God is important.
Of course not.
He's a Republican?
Oh, what do you think?
Well, he's from Tennessee. He's probably a Republican. He probably had a good case against God.
He did. He said that God is continuing to make terrorist threats and grave harm to innumerable persons, including the plaintiff, who has his duty to represent. So he also says that God has manifested neither compassion nor remorse. And
Listen, this is one of the Republicans that taps his foot in a bathroom stall. This is not the true Republicans. My true brethren.
see, every time a Republican goes crazy, you guys dismiss them, but there's so many crazy ones. What about the girl last week who carved a bee in her cheek? Did you hear about that one?
Listen, there are 300 million Americans. I'd say 280 million of them are Republicans.
And retarded.
And so maybe
And
seven every
280 million.
7 of them every year go crazy, have sex with a little boy, and they kicked out of the party. That's bound to happen when you have so many people in the party.
It's actually only 40 million Republicans with 6 imaginary friends each.
Carving bees in their cheek.
I feel like if
and
you're
saying it was. Did you hear about that?
Listen, yes, I did. And you know what?
Backwards, really?
No,
In the
it wasn't
mirror?
backwards.
In the mirror, really?
She was an Obama supporter. That's the truth. It was an underhand conspiracy by the Obama Knights.
Even though she works for McCain.
She
Got paid by the McCain campaign.
Listen, Obama has spies. I mean, he's a secret Muslim, and he's sending spies over here.
Well, I heard something that I thought was very funny. It's like, if you're going to pretend like you were attacked by a huge black man to try to keep people from voting for the black man, go with the O, not the B. It looks the same in the mirror.
What's the difference between Sarah Palin's mouth and Sarah Palin's vagina?
Only tell me.
Only some of the things that come out of her vagina are retarded.
Oh, that's fucked up.
That's messed up. Listen, my party will... Listen, this is why you should vote for Senator McCain.
Okay.
McCain's a winner. He won the Vietnam War for us, and he'll win the Iraq War. Obama's a loser. He loses things. He will not. He wants to declare defeat in Iraq and Afghanistan, and he wants to give up to Spain. Even he wants Spain to take over America. He doesn't care, and he doesn't really know much about the economy. He's a liberal that learned about studied law all his life. I mean, can you get more pansy? We want real Americans.
Well, McCain can't even stay out of the way of a teleprompter, so...
Because he spent 5 years of his life being tortured for America. He didn't have a chance to stay away from a teleprompter during that time.
So that's why we should have a president with dementia?
Listen, he didn't have time for dementia when he was, for 5 years of his life.
Well, he has time for it now.
He also has time for a lumpy mashed potato face.
Listen, McCain can kick the crap out of Obama. Take them to a bowling alley, I bet he'd bowl over a 30.
Hey, if Obama
No, he can't. Don't you need to raise your shoulder for a bowling?
That's true.
Maybe Wii bowling. Either way, McCain would beat the crap out of over Obama.
Maybe he could ski bowl.
Listen, he's a real American. He does what real Americans do.
Crash
He finds a
planes.
hot wife, then when
bird-
she gets messed up, he finds a new hot wife.
Upgrade.
Obama's going to be stuck with that same old scary-looking Michelle.
She is a scarecrow, isn't she? She is a scarecrow.
is.
I think she's hot.
I mean, don't have scary hair.
I would hate commie fucker, but that's about it.
He got me.
This is ridiculous.
Well,
Abortion. Pro-choice or pro-life?
I'm pro-killing babies.
Pro-killing
No,
babies?
you're not.
No,
you're not.
No, you're not.
Oh, no, I'm not. I'm pro-
The worst conservative ever.
No, I'm sorry. I think, to quote Sarah Palin, I think life is sacred. I'm not really quoting her, but I think in general, the baby should always be had. In general, I think every ejaculation should be savored.
What about rape babies?
Well, what's wrong with rape babies? Just because you're a rape baby doesn't mean you're not a real baby. Listen, not everyone's like a planned pregnancy. Not everyone's a great pregnancy, but they're all real human beings. Just because their dad...
Jason?
What I'm saying is, if conservatives have their way, every time I beat off, I'd have to put it into a plastic bag and freeze it.
You would make a lot of money at the sperm bank.
Why would you not? Why would you want to keep killing?
Mm-hmm.
Killing.
Because I'm a liberal. Sometimes I like to cook it and put it in my mashed potatoes.
Just because your dad fucks you doesn't mean you should keep the baby. It's not the baby's fault.
Yeah, I mean, dad fucking babies are real babies too.
I also think and one thing I disagree with the Republican Party about is they make an exception in abortion for the life of the mother, and in my opinion, the mother's older. She's lived most of her life. The baby should be the most important thing. The mom's gonna die. Listen, she's been alive for a while. The baby will get older and have more babies.
She's had a good run.
Right.
Yeah.
Simple math? What do you think? No?
What?
Yes?
What?
Simple math. The one's closer to death.
Exactly.
You leave the ones closer to life.
I just don't understand why the Democrats
no, but
insist on having a Holocaust
No,
with
but
babies.
actually, if you look at it from an investment point of view, the baby requires lots of money to make it grow up while the mother is already there. So,
A baby cost.
yeah.
Well, the baby could be a very successful millionaire later on in life. And we're going to
Yeah,
lose
but
that
it
every time we
requires
kill.
an investment of lots of money.
We're not murderers.
Apparently,
You're a murderer.
Apparently, babies like to eat and have clothes.
Allegedly.
Listen,
Have you ever talked to a baby? I've never heard a baby say that.
Yeah, maybe they don't.
listen. Once the baby's in this world, it's not the government's responsibility to give them food or give them shelter or let them do really anything.
Well, I guess Republicans believe the government shouldn't do anything, right?
No, that's the libertarians actually. The Republicans believe the government should do everything it can to reward a select few who will trickle down onto other people.
They're good because they're rich. So we should keep making them rich.
Listen, $250,000 is not rich. In New York City, if you make $250,000, you're not rich. In Iowa, if you make $250,000, maybe you're rich.
You're pretty rich.
But, I mean, it has to be fair. We have to pick a level where everywhere in the country you'll be rich. So in New York City, if you make $1 million, then you're really rich, not $250,000. So that's what I'm saying. I think Obama just wants to spread the wealth. I don't understand it. Why should lazy people get more money when everyone else is working hard? Obviously, the people that make more money are working harder.
Yeah, obviously, someone who makes $249,000 is pretty lazy.
No, but
It's a Mexican conspiracy.
No, but honestly, the people that make more money are obviously working harder. They're obviously brighter. They're the ones that we should really want to groom in society. They're
Like George Bush is rich because he works so hard.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
What's your point? Bush is a great leader.
No, I heard an analogy. George Bush was born on third base and thought he hit a triple.
Yeah.
I get it. I didn't think about that one. I haven't followed baseball
Let it sink
in a while.
in. Let it sink in. It
Why
takes a
was
second.
Robert Bush fucking at second base?
Dinosaurs. When did they walk the earth?
5,000 years ago with man. Did
Okay.
you know, actually, George Washington fought the revolution on a dinosaur?
When was the last Velociraptor? Did they play chicken on Velociraptors?
Listen, let me break the conspiracy here. There is no such thing as dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are conspiracy by the left-wing commies who want to make up this whole quote-unquote evolution thing, this whole history thing.
So you think we evolved from dinosaurs?
No, I do not think we evolved from dinosaur. I think there's no such thing as a dinosaur. Have you ever seen a dinosaur?
No, but that's
Well,
because
that's a
they don't.
really good point, Gene.
Listen, there are no dinosaurs.
Well, there are no dinosaurs right now. That's true.
What next thing you're going to tell me is Shrek is real. We all evolved from Shrek. It's all made up. People make up these things. And it's just a comedy.
No opposing view to that? You guys are just going to take this?
I thought Shrek was real.
Yeah.
This isn't about Shrek. This is about Velociraptors.
Listen, it's all a made up.
These are very important issues, people.
People make up these things just to get the upper hand on the true Americans.
So you think that humans appeared on Earth? How?
Listen,
Adam and Eve?
listen. I can't say the things that
Magic?
God snapped his shoes together.
He said hocus pocus.
God
Abracadabra.
created man. Have you not read the Bible? Adam and Eve.
Can I create my own species by saying something?
Not if you're not God.
Oh.
Did Eve have 7 vaginas and one was like an Asian vagina and one was a black vagina? And...
The Bible doesn't actually speak to that, but you can get a real doll that will be like Eve with all those.
a 7 vagina Eve doll?
So,
Business venture.
One vagina's on her shoulder.
So Adam and Eve, made the first child, and then there were other children, and then they all had to fuck each other to make more.
Right,
So
it was
there
a
was
bunch-
there was a whole lot of incest.
There was a
going on.
lot of sister fucking.
Once you get past 6 degrees, it's okay.
Yeah, but in the beginning,
Actually, no. Once you get past your cousin, it's okay.
Well, in the beginning, it was just brothers and sisters because it had to be if we just appeared.
Listen, Adam and Eve have like 4 kids.
Noah's Ark, explain.
Explain.
Time's up.
There was a flood. All the species were washed out, except for there were two of every species on the ark.
That's what happened to the dinosaurs. There wasn't room.
No Velociraptors.
The
on the
Velociraptors-
Ark.
Listen, forget about your commie lizards. They didn't exist, and if they did exist, all they were trying to do right now is spread the wealth.
You're trying to suppress the vote of the Velociraptors right now, aren't you?
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just saying our country is in grave danger, and so is Israel. If we don't vote for McCain next Tuesday.
Wait, the termites didn't eat the Ark?
There were only 2 termites, and they only had a certain amount of wood. Only 2 termites can get through so much wood. There's a male and a female termite. And they spent much of the time in the boat.
So that Noah's a bastard. I hate termites.
The fox didn't eat the chicken?
No, he was making out with Mrs. Fox.
Huh? Oh, so everyone was just fucking for the 40 days and 40
They
nights?
had to
So
remake
Noah's
the
Ark was a big
species.
orgy.
It was a 40-day orgy.
If that's the words you want to use that are correct, then yes.
War in Iraq. Winning or losing?
We are dominating the war in Iraq.
Well, it only took 7 years. so-
Listen, hang on. Let me put it this way. There's been how many Americans killed? 3,000. And how many Iraqis killed? About 100,000.
Almost
Who's
a
winning?
million.
So who's winning? 1 million Iraqis are dead. 3,000 Americans. Who's winning? America or Iraq?
So wait,
That's
why?
actually called genocide.
Yeah. So why are we in Iraq?
We are in Iraq because there's oil there. Oil makes things go. We need money. That's why we're in Iraq. We're a great and mighty power.
Yeah, but we're not even. They're still like not giving us their oil.
We haven't killed enough of them.
Weapons of mass destruction, go.
Weapons of mass destruction.
We have them.
Yeah,
We do.
we know they have weapons of mass destruction. We knew they had them because we gave them to them. Unless they lost all the weapons we gave them, obviously they had weapons. They had mustard gas. We gave them mustard gas.
Where are they?
Where are they now?
Yeah.
We destroyed them.
Saddam Hussein.
When we bombed Iraq initially with our awe and shock,
Weapons
we
of mass
wiped them
destruction.
out.
Where are they now?
Osama bin Laden. Where? Go.
With the Velociraptors.
Right behind you.
Shit. I missed the fucking catheter. Is there any? Can you bring me an alcoholic beverage?
Yes. Osama bin Laden is living at the Ritz in Pakistan on the border.
The Packeritz?
The Ritz.
Rikistan.
Yes.
Okay.
But bin Laden, if you allowed the Republicans to be in control, they would have caught Osama bin Laden already. Instead, the Democrats still have a say in government, and that's why we haven't caught him yet.
Oh, wait. That's...
And if you allow... McCain has a plan for getting Osama bin Laden.
Then why doesn't he tell us what it is?
Why would he tell us, or he'll never get elected?
It's like a poker hand. You just don't want to show your...
Exactly.
Show your cards.
On January 20th, McCain's inaugurated. On January 21st, Osama bin Laden is on his knees in the White House getting beaten.
Head on a platter.
Getting
skull fucked.
Yes. By McCain himself. And Viagra.
January 23rd, McCain dies, and we have Sarah Palin as president.
Even better. Sarah Palin is a true conservative and a true American.
And the country is doomed. And
Our country will be in a great place. Sarah Palin has real values. She fought her own party to become a governor.
Maverick.
She's a real American. She comes from a small town. Can you name me one real American that didn't come from a small town?
She has no idea about anything.
What are you talking about? She knows everything.
Specifics, go.
Give me a specific. Give me one thing she doesn't know about.
She doesn't know that she can't see Russia from her house.
Maybe she can. No, I
Maybe
think
she has
can,
a telescope.
actually.
You ever think of that? She has a telescope.
Maybe she lives in a planetarium.
All right, well,
Listen.
she thinks that makes her qualified for something.
She owns a globe. She knows the world. Leave it at that. She doesn't need to know. She knows what America's like.
She doesn't even own a passport.
No. This is what Palin knows. Palin knows what she's like. She knows what a real American is, and she can spot anyone that's not like her who's not a real American.
She's never lived in anywhere but Alaska, I think.
$150
Actually,
worth of
that's
clothes.
not true. She went to school in, like, Iowa. She went to, like, 5 colleges. She's been all over.
Well, Iowa, I mean.
Should she be vice
Executed,
president,
yes.
vice president, or an extra in Fargo 2?
She should actually be... It should be Palin number 1 and McCain VP. And in 2012, it may be. Or we'll get a... If Osama wins.
Osama Hussein?
Yeah, the guy running for president.
The other guy?
Yeah, Osama. Why do you support Osama?
Huh?
Osama bin Hussein
Why do
Obama?
Why do you support Osama Barack?
Thanks.
Who are your first?
Osama Barack. Why do you support Osama Barack?
Osama Hussein bin
Osama
Obama.
Hussein.
He does have an unfortunate name, I gotta say that.
Okay, I'll call him by his proper name. Barack, child rapist Hussein. Why do you support Barack?
Maybe because he's not retarded.
Well, that would pretty much mean maybe it might be 258 million Americans that could run. Why is he better than any other American?
Are you insulting America?
No, you said he's not retarded. What's his real qualifications? He has no experience basically. He was in like the state politics in Chicago, which means he was corrupt. Then he came to like the federal government, and the whole time he's been in the federal government, he's been running for president.
Did you just insult Chicago?
Yes, we did not. They're not
You just
voted.
insult the Senate?
They don't vote for us. Neither the Senate.
This is why I support
What is
Barack. Because John McCain on the nuclear trigger scares the fucking hell out of me.
But give me substance. Why do you support Obama?
Because John McCain is very
No, you use the word McCain. Tell me why you support Obama.
I'm drawing a comparison between Obama's even temper
Okay.
and McCain's uneven, quite crazy get off my lawn temper.
Cranky old man.
You know who also was smooth under pressure?
Bill Clinton.
Hitler. Hitler was smooth under pressure.
He wasn't that smooth. He would just yell a lot.
You know who,
He was on drugs.
Yeah.
you know who also was smooth under pressure?
Napoleon.
Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
Genghis Khan was very smooth under pressure. You want Genghis Khan as your leader?
Yes.
How do you
Mao
know-
Zedong, he was pretty smooth.
How do you know he's smooth under pressure? There's no video or anything. How do you know he even existed?
I'm an expert on all these people.
Health plan. Go.
Health plan. If you can afford health insurance, you deserve it.
All right. Any opposing arguments to that, or is that solved already?
Oh man, if you're sick, go ahead and die.
Yeah,
I think that's great.
It is sort of like, it's survival of the fittest, I guess.
So we're agreed on this one. Wow.
It sounds so good. I don't know.
Democrats and Republicans have come together on this front. If you can't afford it, you're fucked.
Giving a reach around on the aisle. I mean, reaching across the aisle.
I mean, grabbing something.
I mean, honestly, like, not everyone deserves healthcare in this country. That's all it is. I mean, you're a doctor. You would agree that a lot of patients don't deserve the healthcare you give them. That's one opinion. Well, and hang on. Let me think about it economically.
Okay.
We have an entire country to support.
That is not an opinion I'm allowed to have.
Okay.
Hang on. We have a very
Ethics. Pesky ethics.
Yeah.
we have a large debt in this country, and we owe a lot of money. Everything costs a lot of money. If we have 300 million Americans, things cost a lot. What if you get 250 million Americans? Things would cost less. All I'm saying is that these people that get sick, the faster they die off, the more money we save.
Yeah,
as a
but
government.
who would do the landscaping?
Oh, cool.
Well, why
Who would clean my toilet?
Why do you? Why do we have the southern colony called Mexico?
You think McCain is gonna clean my pool? I don't know.
His arms can't move enough.
That's why we have Latin America. They come here, they clean, they do a yard
you're
work
proposing
for $3 an hour.
You're proposing that you kill all those people.
No, just the sick ones. And that way we'll have a new breed of healthier, stronger Latin Americans that can clean our toilets faster.
Darwin?
Yeah, and I thought you guys, your commies would be in favor of this because it proves your evolution hoax.
Sounds more like Hitler than Darwin.
Teaching religion in schools.
I don't know why they teach anything else but religion in schools, actually.
Apparently in some states they don't.
Why would you teach anything else? All we need to know is God's word. What's going to get you by in a crisis? Knowing how to, what x equals when x plus 5, or knowing what God's word is.
How does that help?
Because if a bomb is going to land on your head, you just say, God, help me. And then
you die.
You'll live because God will help you.
I've prayed for success, and God's given me success. I've tried to prove two triangles are equal based on some stupid theory I've learned in math class. It's gotten me nowhere.
I've prayed to not be very obese, and I'm only a little obese.
Religion helps. Okay, I'll give you an example. I learned in school where Ethiopia is. Why would that ever be helpful in real life?
Well, if you were doing a pie chart of where no food is,
well, if
you would know where to start.
Yeah, if you're walking around in Africa,
also,
and you know where Ethiopia is, you know where not to go.
Also,
if you're hungry.
If we stop giving medical attention to those who can't afford it, we wouldn't have problems like Ethiopia in 30 or 40 years when they're all dead.
We actually don't give anything to Ethiopia.
Food, medical care, we give attention.
We give very little to those countries, actually.
Listen, everything's a limited resource, including medical care. It's a limited resource and has to be given to the chosen few who will lead us through a crisis.
Republicans.
Exactly. Drill baby drill or alternative sources of fuel?
Well, there's an abundance of oil in Alaska. If we just tear up Alaska entirely, we will have all the oil we need.
Not that I'm opposed to tearing up Alaska, but...
I think we should tear up Alaska and then poo on it. But,
that'll only solve 1% of our oil needs, so...
That's not true. That's a commie lie. All the oil we ever need is under Alaska.
That's because God told you. Actually, it's right.
All we need to do
is nothing in Anwar that will solve our energy needs.
If we melt the ice through... what's that thing that's making us warmer, you guys believe in?
God?
Global God warming.
Global fascist warming.
Globbity gloggity book.
God's hot breath.
Yeah. God will never let his chosen nation, which is America, run out of oil, run out of that. We'll always be fine. And that's why we go to Iraq, to get more oil. And that's why we're going to go to, under the McCain administration, on January 24th, we will be in Iran, getting their oil as well. We will find all the oil in the world. Venezuela, you're fucked when the McCain's in town.
Why don't we just put dead Iraqi bodies in our gas tanks? Conservative.
I actually have no problem with that. If you could,
Iraqi fossil fuel.
if you could find a way to make that work.
We just have to bury them, and like in 10 years, it turns into oil.
Right, Iraqi fossil
So
fuel.
you're saying that basically the Iraq War is creating the world's best hotbed of oil. The more, I mean, like, we're just filled with dead Iraqis now.
Is there like a an accelerated fossil plan where we could just put all the Iraqi corpses and make them into fossils really quick? And
We have our well.
No,
I mean,
but they
I'm
should
going
be.
to say on the Republican side, we have our best scientists praying to God for that.
okay, well, prayer and fossils. That's one view. I got to tell you, I think the conservative view is making the more
I think
much more vocal over here.
I'd like to say I am dominating the way McCain will dominate over Obama's wife on January 24th.
I'm not hearing many refutations.
Okay, education. Do you believe in public school or do you believe in free choice?
What is that even?
Well, not.
Yeah, I can't really. I can't argue with his points because they don't make any sense.
let,
Do you believe in learning stuff or not learning as much stuff? Do you believe in read book or not read stuff?
Listen, I believe
stuff.
if a school is failing, we should allow, as Darwin said, survival of the fittest schools, and we should leave the failing schools to
to Cho's.
choose.
To choose.
Cho is the guy who shot up the school.
Oh,
That's the line. That's the line.
More Cho's or more education?
Do you know? Actually, before
Yeah, go ahead.
he shot up the school, you know what books they found on him? The Obama books, the Dreams of My Father, and the other one he wrote.
The other thing.
Yeah, you know what's not true? What you just said.
Listen. I am a Cho expert. I have a PhD in Cho economics, and I know
Economics.
By the way, making stuff up for 45 minutes is not is not a valid political.
Okay.
That's exactly what the McCain campaign's been doing
Listen.
for the past 3 weeks.
Why-
Making shit up.
why should a voter vote for Obama? You still haven't answered me, Doc. Why a voter should vote for Obama?
Because everything Republicans say is completely untrue.
Okay, now
But, like,
let's
we-
hear our point without attacking the other side.
Yeah, please don't attack my side. We don't attack.
All right, how
we only attack.
The Republicans are an entirely pacifistic
only
approach
attack-
to this.
We only attack if you have oil.
Okay, how about if Republicans are in office, then everyone who's rich.
I know you're attacking Republicans.
Yeah.
again.
No. We have a economic philosophy that's run our country well for the last 40 years. Get the rich richer, and they will support everyone else.
Trickle down.
Yeah,
Now,
it
we
works.
have to-
Yeah, it works
listen.
because our economy is booming right now.
Listen, do you know top 1% pay 60% of all the taxes? How is that fair? Why isn't the bottom?
Divide that by your income, buddy.
Why isn't the bottom 1% pay 60%?
Divide that by your
Why is-
income.
Come on, conservatives. I want to hear. Liberals. I
Yeah.
want to hear.
Why
Come on,
should
moderator?
why should the
That
top
doesn't know the
I'm
Come
doing
here.
a pretty damn good
why
job
should
of
the
keeping
top
this under
1% pay 60% of all taxes? How is that fair?
But they make like 150% of the income, so it's completely unbalanced.
We should switch it off for 1 year. Why don't we have the bottom 20% pay 60% of the
How
taxes?
about
Then you
everybody?
get $7.
How about
Yeah, why
everybody?
doesn't these top CEOs actually like give the people who work for them actual like the money that they deserve
How about the top
'Cause-
CEOs
no,
pay
if-
45%
instead of
of their
hoarding all
income?
the money?
If Walmart paid a decent wage, all these people would think it's okay to be a cashier all their lives.
The economy,
That's not okay.
The economy
Because
is
you-
stalled because the CEOs are hoarding all the money and they're not putting it back into the economy.
That's totally untrue. The
See,
CEOs.
that's an unfounded.
They're giving it to
statement
their
right there.
gardeners.
That's untrue. The CEOs are making money. They're creating jobs. If you raise taxes on the rich people, then they'll go out of business. What Steve Jobs has actually said: if his taxes go up, he'll stop doing Apple.
So they're making jobs. Except,
No more iPods.
Except people are losing jobs.
All
How do you
right.
explain
I
that?
will ask the question of why to vote for Obama again in a couple minutes. I want a real answer. You goddamn liberals. Want Oh yeah, I'm supposed to be totally neutral here.
Well, I mean, I've convinced him to come over to the right side. The real, apparently, our moderator is a real American.
I'm just not hearing enough forceful arguments on the other side. But the next question is economic bailout plan, buying all the housing that isn't working. Government buying all the...
Government should buy all the mortgages. That way, the banks will be all stabilized, and then they will they'll give the mortgages. They'll give a discount mortgages to all the people.
Where did you learn economics in kindergarten?
What's wrong with that? Hang on. Why should not be a mortgage bailout? Why should we need to help the homeowners, keep them stay in their homes? What's wrong with that?
How are you going to pay for it?
The taxpayer money. It'll get paid back eventually.
I thought you didn't like taxes. I thought you wanted to eliminate taxes.
I never said I want to eliminate them. I want to keep them at a low level. That's helpful for the economy. I mean, like...
How about we exchange all of the Bush tax cuts to buy the mortgages? How do you like that? Let's find a middle ground here.
Listen, if I gave you the Bush tax cuts back, you'd buy dinosaurs. You have no idea. Tell me why there's a problem with taking all our tax dollars and buying all the mortgages. That would infuse money back into the banks. The banks can loan money. All the people get to stay in their houses. What's the problem?
The banks aren't going to loan the money. They're just going to give it out to their CEOs in $45 million
But you're just
umbrellas.
You're just making stuff up now.
No,
I'm just saying,
I have sources
that's
for
what
that.
you've been doing.
Listen, if you give the money to the people that can stay in their houses, what's the problem?
Well,
We don't have the money to do that.
What do you mean? We had $700 billion last week. We had $300 billion the other week before. We just print out more money. What's the problem?
I hope they do that.
That sounds like a good plan.
All we need to do is take $1 billion and buy $1 billion worth of printing machines.
I want them to print money. I have
Then
loans and credit card
dollar will be
debts.
worth
I want the
nothing.
dollar to shoot the fuck down so I don't have to pay anything for my student loan.
Well, here's the thing. Eventually, China and Japan have a lot of our debt. Eventually, when they won't give us any more debt, we bomb them, and there goes our debt.
anybody have any?
Are you going to bomb China?
What's wrong with bombing China?
They have 3 times our population.
So we use 3 times as many
They
bombs.
will invade us and kill us.
Not with nuclear weapons.
They have nuclear weapons.
Nuclear. And that's 3 times as many people that get melted in bombs.
Listen. I'm not actually going to do it because they're going to keep giving us money if they know it's good for them.
No? You guys agree with that?
That's completely fucking stupid.
Listen, we also will have lots of money because we will have all the world's oil when we take over Iran, Iraq, and Syria.
So you're Hitler, basically.
No, I'm not talking about killing Jews. All Hitler did was kill Jews. He did nothing else.
And all Jews did was kill Jesus, so it was totally justified.
Yeah, by the process of logic, all Hitler was doing was avenging the death of our Savior.
Okay, wait, you're defending Hitler before you were using Hitler to say that Obama is Hitler.
I will use Hitler to prove all my
you're-
points,
Hitler is good or bad or neutral.
depending on what I'm trying to prove. Yes.
He's a very complicated guy, you know.
Listen, all I'm just saying is you're trying to elect Hitler. Hitler who's saying
Wait,
Obama.
but is Hitler good or bad?
In this example, he's bad.
Sometimes he's a terrorist, sometimes he's a saint, you know.
Why? Okay, why is spreading the wealth a good idea? And why? Tell me why. Answer this question.
Because
Why is spreading the wealth good? And why is Marx good as well?
because
Mark?
Karl Marx?
Yeah.
Wow.
no one said Marx was good.
I'm going to have to pull up his Wikipedia.
No, I mean, if you're going to talk about spreading the wealth, you obviously want to butt.
Why is
Why is-
Obama's tax policy Karl
Yeah,
Marx?
It's not spreading the wealth. First of all,
You're taking money from the rich and giving it to the poor.
That's bullshit. You're rolling back the
You're
tax.
taking money away from everyone. Everyone gets taxed. It's
Wait.
just
Well, you're taking more money away from the rich, and you're giving it to the needy, the bottom 90.
I have a question. The Bush tax cuts are going to roll back in about 2 years. The Republicans passed the Bush tax cut with the sunset provision that expires in 2 years. Are the Republicans socialist? Go.
Why do you attach Bush's name to the tax cuts? They're just tax cuts. Listen, our party has nothing to do with Bush for a long time. Bush has been a rogue member of our party. If anything, I guess George Bush would be the Barack Obama of our party.
I don't even understand that one. I'm trying to
I
moderate this one. I don't know what's going on anymore.
I can't argue with him because I don't understand anything he's talking about.
What I'm saying
He's
is,
just making stuff
I'm
up.
saying is, what Bush was doing was giving people back their money. You don't have to, the government should hold on to your money. That's Marxian. That's communist. The money to take the government to hold all your money. Bush was trying to correct that and give people back their money.
But only the rich
Now
people.
Obama's,
You keep all the money from the poor people, but you give it back to the rich people.
where do the poor people get their money? From jobs provide to them from the rich.
Yes,
Hence,
jobs that they work to earn their money.
Hence, if the rich people have more money, they'll be able to pay their better wages to the poor folk.
I feel like I'm arguing with a homeless person on 42nd
Yeah, I
Street.
know. He's just
I think that's the way Obama feels during the debates.
Yeah, he's just rambling. Like, it's really hard to argue with someone
Do you-
who's schizophrenic.
Just to step aside from my argument for 1 second, do you think at any point Obama's like, listen, I can understand having the run for president against someone like McCain. He's a war veteran, whatever. I can't fucking believe I have to argue with Palin. What a fucking cunt that bitch.
Yeah, when they asked her
What a
during
dumb
the
cunt
debate
that is.
about Palin, and he's like, "Do you think she's qualified?" And that's where I would have lost the election because, like, I was with Obama until then, and I would have went nuts during that question. He's just like, "Oh, we'll let the people decide that." I would have been like, "Are you fucking kidding me? She thinks dinosaurs walk with humans? Jesus, fuck this!" You know, like, I would have lost the election right there.
You should have said, wait, qualified to do what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Babysit my kids? No, I wouldn't hire for that either.
she can't even give birth correctly.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucked. Listen.
She can't run her family. Like, how could she run our country?
She's qualified to get me a Grand Slam special at Denny's.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
She's
She
qualified
probably
to play.
fucked that up, too.
Okay, going back to
She's
my
qualified to play a background character in Fargo too.
going back to my role in the show. Palin is actually qualified to be president. Here's my point. Here's my reasoning. There are a lot of Americans that aren't these elite scumbuckets that Democrats are.
Aren't mavericks.
And why shouldn't they have someone to rule them? Not every American's a genius. Why shouldn't don't they deserve a ruler also?
Because I graduated third grade.
No, but not every American's a genius. Not every American went to an elite college.
Okay, fourth grade.
Why doesn't every American deserve a leader?
Because you need people in government that are actually smart. Or you get what happened in the last 8 years.
Well, she's obviously smart. She's in government already. She's running Alaska. Alaska runs pretty well.
Alaska doesn't count. I have more people in my apartment than they do in major cities in Alaska.
Listen, there are at least twice as many people in Alaska that are on this podcast right now.
So make me mayor instead of governor. I mean, big whoop.
Listen, she has more executive experience
The only
than
reason
anyone.
the only reason Palin got elected in Alaska is because it's 90% guys, so everyone was just like, "Oh, it's a female," and they voted for her.
She's a girl and she has all her teeth. Yeehaw!
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I wasn't going to bring this up, but you kind of forced me out of it. Forced me to. Why has Barack Obama been having a sexual affair with William Ayers, a known terrorist?
Well, because he's got a nice ass, and because other stuff.
Listen, this campaign.
I don't know.
This campaign has gotten dirty, and the reason this campaign has gotten dirty is because Barack Obama did not answer correctly McCain's offer to have him follow him around the country doing town halls. And Obama simply had done all these town halls with McCain, doing a nice.
Yeah, because he did really well at the town hall that they actually did.
If he had more practice, he'd do better.
That would have prevented Obama going to the swing states that actually would have helped him.
Listen, Obama would have been able to, he could have said, hey, Mr. McCain, I think today we should go to Western Virginia or something like that. And being the grand statesman, McCain would have said, I understand what you're saying. We'll ask everyone where they want to go. We'll have a vote. It's called democracy, Obama.
And we'll just go to Tennessee.
He could have done an internship with McCain and learned a lot about being presidential politics. McCain would have a lot to teach him.
Well, speaking of West Virginia, this might change the subject, but there are black box voting is the machines that you vote on in West Virginia, where if you press the Democratic ticket, there's video evidence of this. Press the Democratic ticket, it goes John McCain. Press Barack Obama, it goes down to the socialist candidate or the libertarian candidate.
Listen,
The black box voting is fucked up in
All
West
right,
Virginia.
let me correct you here because I'm the moderator. It only picks John McCain if you pick straight ticket Democrat. If you pick at least one Republican, it'll stay as Obama. 'Cause it's got to be fair.
That's fair.
It's only if you pick straight ticket Democrat
Okay.
that it'll count as McCain.
This
All
is
right, I'm glad we cleared
This
that.
is an acorn conspiracy. There's no actual evidence in the history of America that anyone in West Virginia has ever voted for a Democrat. So there you go.
Just like there's no evidence that Bush actually won in both elections.
Listen.
Right.
Listen.
Right.
If Bush
Well, at
Bush
least the first one.
If Bush didn't win, who's been in power for the last 8 years? Obviously, he won. He won the election by 4-3.
4-3. 7 people voted?
Yeah, it's called the Supreme Court. That's all that fucking counts.
Oh. Well,
there's 9 people in the Supreme Court, isn't there?
Oh,
no,
5-4.
I think isn't there 12?
5-4, sorry. Or whatever the score
No, there's
was.
12.
There's
Oh,
9.
there's
There's
12.
9.
I thought there was 17.
There's 9.
37.
Let's look this
No,
up.
didn't like 2 of them we have to recuse themselves?
Closest without going over. Go.
The 13.
9.
9.
It's 9.
It's 9.
It's actually
yeah,
9.
It's 9. Yeah.
All right,
These
lose
guys
and
are
everyone else
lawyers.
wins.
It's not fair. No, wait. I said 9 first, so I win.
I think that it doesn't count, though.
Listen,
What are you talking about?
if Gore had won the election, wouldn't he have been in office? He wasn't in office. Obviously, Bush won the election.
I guess. I mean, if you ignore the whole population of the United States thing.
That's what Bush did, and he was in office.
Well, clearly you don't need more votes than the other candidate to win the election.
Well, we don't actually. We have an electoral college because the people are too dumb to vote correctly all the time.
So what? Where's democracy? Where'd it go?
Eventually, we'll
Oh,
build.
right.
Iraq has a democracy.
They have to have a democracy because we don't, and somebody has to have one, right?
Eventually,
That's why we went into
Eventually,
Iraq.
they will build up
Okay.
their country, and they'll invade America and bring democracy to America. It'll be a great cycle.
Right. Like, this is how you do it now. Now make us do that because we don't.
It's when the student becomes the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
It's like basically our war with Iraq will be part 1 of Karate Kid.
The electoral college makes no sense. Like, we can calculate each vote separately, and why don't they just calculate the total number of votes everywhere?
Because they rig our voting machines.
First of all, without the electoral college, we would not know who's president.
That goes completely opposite of what you just said.
The electoral college is a very important. It serves an important function because we have a representative democracy. We don't have a direct democracy.
And
Yeah.
college is smart, so smart is correct.
Exactly. That was my second point.
Because the normal people vote, and then the electoral college basically decides to vote on whoever they feel like.
if the
voting.
electoral college was not a good idea, why would God have given the Constitution to George Washington on Mount Sinai?
What?
A schizophrenic homeless man.
I gotta have Wikipedia constantly up when I talk to you.
Listen, if God gave it to us, which is the electoral college, God gave this to us, it's obviously correct. Why would you question God? That's what really you're doing. The Democrats like to question God because Democrats know they'll be burning for eternity, while Republicans know to listen to God, and that way they'll be having sex.
Let's
with
call this episode
having,
schizophrenic homeless man.
that way they'll be having sex with 72 virgins for the rest of their lives.
72 Virgins or Crazy Ramblings? Go.
72 versions for me.
All right, so you agree.
If we take over Islam, we can have their virgins.
What is going
You've
on?
converted. You've converted the liberal
Oh, I
party.
didn't know that was a post-death thing. I thought you were just offering.
Oh, yeah. It was...
Listen, you'd probably take 72 male virgins because you believe, like Democrats, that we all should be male homosexuals, including the women.
which brings us to the next topic, gay marriage.
Yes, I think gay marriage should be only time you use late-term abortion.
That makes no sense.
So that means if you think of gay marriage, then you should be executed.
They put a vacuum on your head and suck out your brain. Exactly.
Right. All right. You guys agree or disagree that if you think of gay marriage, you should have your brain sucked from your skull?
I disagree on the basis of that would be a hard thing to do.
That's it? That's the only reason?
From the doc.
The only reason because that's a difficult procedure.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I'm a doctor, and that would be like overtime, and
Yeah, that's my only.
I
defense.
only like working 8 hours.
Yeah,
So
that's my only defense. That's not practical.
I'll point
Jason
out-
defense on or do we have another win for the conservatives? I mean, this is like a
No,
landslide.
that's
right?
a valid point. It's not practical. Where is this machine?
If you want practical,
Where is
okay,
this
fine.
machine?
That's why we have the Second Amendment to do away with gay marriage.
I gotta tell you, he's winning some.
Listen, why would we have the second marriage?
I gotta
Second
tell
Amendment if
you,
we weren't
the-
trying to protect marriage.
The moderator is a little biased.
I'm not biased. You guys just aren't putting up a good fight. You're just like, well, conservatives are dum-dums. I want to hear facts. Cold hard facts.
Conservatives
Yeah.
are dumb.
Well, he
You're talking
hasn't
to a
said
guy
one
that drank
actual fact the whole
antifreeze for
time.
breakfast.
But
Listen,
he
all I hear
takes
is-
facts very well.
All I hear is negative attacks from the liberal commies over here. I want to hear some facts. Tell me
Well,
why.
it's just the stuff you're saying is so funny that I can't disagree with.
Why would Obama protect America? Because he's Muslim and he's probably, when he becomes president, will probably use our nuclear weapons against us.
Nuclear.
Listen, Middle America will probably be wiped out under Obama rule. And Israel. Let's talk about Israel. With Obama in office, Israel will be fucked. January 23rd, there'll be no more Israel.
Who cares about Israel?
Apparently,
Scary thing is,
you don't care about those votes, do you?
Like, he's
I don't care
actually
about
channeling
Israel.
real
You don't care
people.
about Iraq. Why would I fucking care about Israel?
Israel, overrated?
I care about
or-
Iraq. Where are we going to get all our oil from? The dead
Well, you don't care
Iraqis.
about Iraqi people. I don't care about Israeli people.
Well,
Okay, so there we have it. The Democrats want Iraqis to die. Jews to die.
Well, you want Israeli
Listen,
Iraqis to
that's
die?
why you guys are trying to elect Hitler or Barack Hussein touch child Obama.
Israelis are terrorists too. They do lots of terrorist things.
like what?
Listen.
Like,
all you
like
voters,
bomb all
Like
the countries around
bombing
them.
everything
Listen,
around
listen.
them.
if all you voters in Florida, old people, you just heard what they said. They think Israelis are terrorists. There you go. We're going to win Florida.
That's a swing state, folks.
Rewind the conversation. Put it in context.
Listen, and all you people, say in California, don't elect these guys. They'll put dinosaurs in your state.
See, how are you supposed to argue that? Seriously, moderator.
Will they not put
You
dinosaurs
have
in
to
your
stop that because you can't let him say nonsense.
I want to hear an anti-velociraptor argument. That's what I want to hear.
The moderator sucks.
So far, hey, first
Listen,
of all, you're
hang
off
on,
the show.
hang on. Why don't we just... Okay,
The
the
conservative
moderator's
guy is just rambling.
The
and
moderator's
you're just
been
letting
scoring
him
this.
Do it.
Could you please tell me the score right now of the
Right now, the score is 14-8, and you guys got to make some serious comebacks.
Is this the best of 3 to 15 like volleyball?
His points are ridiculous, but you guys aren't refuting them, so that's why he's getting the points.
I've won healthcare.
If you guys
I've
negate,
won abortion.
if you
I've
guys
won gay
negate
marriage.
the points, you know.
Okay,
All right,
affirmative
all right,
action.
all right. How about
Affirmative
this?
action.
McCain eats babies.
Okay, well that's a point.
McCain eats babies!
What do you think gives him his strength?
You're good at this.
Well, he is a lawyer. He's
I mean, baby blood does give strength to people,
I
which
mean-
that's why.
oh,
he's
so
got
I
the
see.
point.
So that's why you don't abort the baby, so then McCain can eat them and get stronger.
Right. He nibbles on their foreheads, and he gets a little extra strength. How else do you think he's still alive? The guy's like 120.
You'd be surprised how much protein there is in a retarded baby skull.
Jesus Christ. That's what Palin has actually had like 15 retarded babies, but McCain keeps eating them. He let one
That's
slide.
why he chose Palin.
Right.
Okay, tell me, defend or refute affirmative action.
Well, I hate affirmative action.
I'll defend
Okay, Republicans win.
it. There's value in diversity.
Why?
There's value in diversity because it gives people different viewpoints from your fucking insane hobo viewpoints that you have right now.
So all you're saying is there's value in diversity because they give people the right viewpoint and the wrong viewpoint. You get more influenced by the wrong
It gives you
viewpoint.
more information than what you have, considering you think that dinosaurs lived 27 years ago.
Didn't affirmative action die in the 80s or
I
something?
I said there were no... First of all, I said there was no
Unfortunately
dinosaurs. So... Listen, I don't agree. I agree. We should have affirmative action. Why should we put the dumb people, usually of different minorities,
Are black people
in
dumb?
power?
Are black people dumb?
I'm saying...
Only
Are
like
black people dumb?
90
Answer the question.
Hang on. We elect... We choose...
Answer the question.
Hang on,
I want
I'll
this
answer
on
your question in a
record.
second. We choose for president...
Don't.
we
Are
choose
black
for
people
president
dumb?
a great war hero. You choose your president based on
17
affirmative action.
Spartans.
And what was your question? Are black people dumb?
Are black people dumb? Yes or no? It's a very simple question.
No, I mean, I heard Kobe Bryant talking the other day at the Laker game, and he sounded kind of smart.
Is
He
Kobe
said a lot of
Bryant
money.
only
And
ran
that's why
two women.
That's why I'd cut taxes for Kobe Bryant because she's going to add to the economy.
All right, so what's your argument about why should we invade all these countries when we don't have the resources to do so, and our country is
I'm
bankrupt?
not saying all these countries, like Uruguay or like Somalia. I don't have much
Yeah, but
value
we don't-
there.
we don't
I'm
have-
just saying the countries with oil.
Yeah, but we don't have the
Or
we don't,
resources
we
we
don't
need.
have the money to do that, though. I mean, our country's bankrupt. Basically.
Kobe only raped
reason-
2 women,
the reason
and
we
he only got caught for 1.
The reason we don't have the money is because we care about protecting civilian lives. If we just drop nuclear bombs in places, it'd be nuclear, or we just like you didn't
Yeah,
care
but
about killing civilians.
if you did that, you couldn't get the oil because it would be all nuclear. It'd be all
Nuclearized.
Yeah, it'd be radioactive.
Hang on,
Radioactivated.
we can obviously pray away.
That is
We can
so
obviously
sad.
pray away the nuclear stuff.
Well, that's not true.
Again, you have no evidence, no facts.
You have no evidence either.
I have God on my side. Who do you have on your side?
That's
I have
not evidence.
I have God on my side.
I disagree.
I disagree.
Fine.
Fine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fine. So at this point in the argument, the liberal commie over here has said he has God on his side. Why?
I'm just saying God is not on your side.
Tell me why communism is a good thing for America.
I'm not a communist.
See, so you're coming over to my side. Capitalism.
No.
Capitalism. Capitalism. If we let the free market takes care of
Democrats are capitalists too.
Yeah, they usually every 4 years. You're
do
right.
you understand
Democrats
politics
are
or government or anything really?
Democrats are capitalists, and every 4 years, that Democrat who's a capitalist speaks to the Republican convention. Lieberman was a capitalist, and he spoke at the Republican
Every
convention.
Democrat in Congress is a capitalist.
The whole country is a capitalist.
Listen, capitalism. You're right. Capitalism. The free market solves everything. You name an issue, I'll tell you how the free market will solve it.
That's not capitalism. That's Friedman economics.
That's capitalism.
That's not capitalism at all.
Listen, name an issue.
Listen.
Name
you don't understand
one issue.
economics.
Name one issue. The free market will solve it.
Rambling schizophrenic.
Wow,
man.
that's
Come on,
zero
get it
issues.
done.
That's,
There you go.
One issue. I
Name
have
one issue the free market will solve.
crazy schizophrenic people.
Created for schizophrenic people don't get jobs and usually die, saving the government saving individuals lots of money.
I'll see you on the street, buddy.
Wow. Fisticuffs. Closing arguments.
Absolutely.
Who wants to start?
I will start.
Don't take advice from a homeless schizophrenic man.
No.
That's
Let me speak. I think closing arguments. If Barack Obama becomes president over America, that will be the end of America. America will not last his 4 years. He will destroy the economy, give all the money we have to his poor friends, and he'll allow Iraq to actually take over America with the Iranians.
Wow.
Basically, Osama bin Laden, he's a Muslim. He's teamed up with all the other Muslims, and he wants the Muslims to rule.
Interesting.
If McCain gets elected, he's going to die of a heart attack in a year. Sarah Palin's going to become president.
What's wrong with that?
And
can't talk.
It's not your turn.
can't talk,
Crazy
motherfucker.
schizophrenic man. Sarah Palin's going to become president. She's going to totally ruin the economy because she doesn't understand numbers. And
Wait, the economy's in good shape right now?
Did you say women don't understand numbers?
Why are you
This
guys
is-
talking?
I think
It's
Sarah
closing
Palin.
arguments.
Yeah, you can't
Listen,
argue. You
give
can't
him
argue.
the-
That's it, I'm
Listen,
done.
I get silence
The
for mine.
moderator's not moderating, so I'm done.
No. My moderation was I wanted you to follow up on the point that.
No, you're fine, but you can't. You can't have him arguing. And
Okay,
Okay,
please,
okay.
please let him have his finishing speech.
I know. I'm gonna let you.
Okay, go copy.
Great job. Great job.
Think
Good
about the
job.
Supreme Court. Supreme Court justices get elected, and they serve for lifelong terms.
That's a bad idea.
And right now, it's
Yeah.
it's very much conservative based. Give a young Barack Obama the presidency; he'll be there for 8 years. Let him elect people that die from the Supreme Court. That's my closing argument.
Wait,
I don't
hang
even
on, hang on.
understand your closing argument. Wait, no, go back to the doc because I didn't like your closing
Hang on.
argument.
Let me point out, the Supreme Court, you're saying it's conservative now. It functions really well. What's the problem? We have our laws. Our laws aren't broken. People say the economy's broken. No one says the legal system's broken.
Why are people responding to my closing arguments?
Wait,
If you gave a better closing argument, I would have
Yours
responded.
kind of didn't make any sense.
Yeah, yours just totally. I'm the moderator, and I didn't even understand your closing arguments. It was-
Listen. Okay.
Sorry.
My closing argument, Obama's a commie. We need real Americans in the White House that win wars. McCain won Vietnam. He'll win Iraq. He'll win the war against the economic problems.
McCain did not win Iraq.
McCain has no idea.
Right. He will win Iraq.
McCain has no idea how to solve the economic problem. He hasn't said one thing that explains that he knows why the economy went bad or how it went bad.
Listen, if McCain told you how to improve the economy, you'd steal the idea and play it and claim it as your own. He has to wait till he's in office to tell you how he's going to fix the economy, how he's going to get Bin Laden, and how he's going to make fuel out of.
But he's not going to be able to because he'll have dementia by then.
Listen, McCain is fit.
He'll still have a lumpy face.
Listen, he's actually. Listen, if he had any problems with his health, we would release his health records and show you. There aren't any problems with his health.
So there's no point in releasing it, right?
Exactly. Why? I mean, you don't ask like Obama's kids to release their medical records because we know they're fine. Exactly the same thing with
And they're
McCain.
not ruling the country.
You're saying McCain, like you're trying to basically say McCain shouldn't rule because he has a disease or a sickness. Lots of Americans have disease or sickness. They need representation.
I think he chose a vice president that's totally unqualified.
I'm just saying, if I was going to die before episode 50 of this podcast, I probably wouldn't host it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, if you were
And I wouldn't have like you host it.
Well, listen. If you were going to
as
die,
my
though,
vice hoster.
you would pick a more qualified. You'd pick someone for the podcast who has actual podcast or executive experience to take over for you. Unlike Obama, has no executive experience.
He has podcast experience.
Obama doesn't even have experience running a Denny's. He could not run a Denny's, much less a country.
Or the Senator of the House of Representatives.
He couldn't run a fried
Like
chicken.
he did.
He couldn't run a fried chicken stand or a.
Wow! Holy shit! You went there. He didn't run a watermelon stand. Is that what you just said? He didn't run a grape soda stand.
All I'm saying is, if you left him in charge of you left him in charge of a watermelon and fried chicken stand, there'd be no watermelon, no fried chicken, and no money.
Sarah Palin can't even run her household. She can't run her family.
What do you mean? She's running her family very well. They're reproducing fine.
Well, except for one exception.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah, define reproducing fine.
Listen, all I'm saying is that
All the children who aren't retarded are fine.
all people with disabilities will have a friend in the White House.
I'm starting to think
If you elect Obama, they will not have a friend because all he thinks to reproduce are capable children.
The child who's retarded, is it really an aberration? I mean, Sarah Palin's sort of retarded, so maybe that's just the way our kids are.
Not legally, though.
Well, listen, she has executive experience. You're William Ayres-loving, Acorn-loving hippie.
She has no experience in the federal government.
Hey, conservative, I have executive experience on your mom.
Wow, that's a very
That would make you
valid
more
argument.
qualified than Obama, who has no executive experience on my mom.
It's just totally... all right, I think everyone's made their point. I'm going to say that this was tied 17-17. And
I
we're
won.
gonna have to
I
wait
clearly
till
won.
Tuesday.
And if you don't say I
Tuesday
won,
wins.
you're a commie judge.
Look at that! Oh shit!
Wow.
Oh shit!
Listen, if you say I can win, you can have executive experience on my mom.
I mean, your mom is fucking hot, but I don't need executive experience. I just say
You run a show. You've done more than Obama has.
Exactly. I host this. I host this show.
1817, I win. I rule. So does America. Vote McCain on Tuesday. Vote Obama on Wednesday.
America.
Fuck yeah!
Save the motherfucking day, yeah. I just want to end this with a non-political story. It's actually politics, but it's office politics. A coworker tried to throw me under the bus yesterday.
Why?
What?
Yeah, me, new employer Jay. I had somebody try to throw me under the bus.
Why?
Why?
What happened?
He asked me if I've ever run a something whatever thing.
Wow, how descriptive.
Right. Well,
A 5K?
I don't know, something. He asked me if I ever, and I said no because I haven't.
Running.
So he went to the managers and said that I won't do it, even though all I said is I've never run it before. And so he went to the manager and said I won't do it, and he tried to get me in trouble. And then he did it himself and totally fucked it up, so which was really funny. And so the manager called me into his office, and he's like, "Did you like not do this on purpose?" And I said, "No, I just answered a question. Like, I don't know how to do it." That's what I thought. And I think this guy is on his last legs. But,
I thought he literally tried to throw you under a bus. I was like, oh.
No. Throw you under the bus is a term for when you don't like somebody and you try to get them in trouble.
In case you just tuned in, our host here at his office had someone ask him if he did the thing. He said he didn't do the thing. He told his boss, and so that guy, whoever there, told boss guy at the job guy that thing wasn't done, and then he fucked up the thing by doing the thing wrong. And
stuff.
Are you mocking me? You lost 18-17.
No!
Liberals just got an extra point for you being a dick.
Mocking me.
Listen, if Republicans weren't dicks, then the Iraqis and Iranians wouldn't know how to stand in line.
What about NASCAR?
Hey, someone just dropped a penny. Go pick it up.
Wow. Fucking under the... I don't know what that means.
What does that fucking mean?
You're a homeless man.
Explain the fascination with NASCAR. Go.
NASCAR's fucking terrible. I won't even defend it.
Okay. I guess that's the end of the argument.
We win.
Actually, it's a way to demonstrate to the world that we have so much oil, we will drive in circles.
That's true. That is true.
If we were trying to save gas, we would drive in circles.
And we're not even going to make a right-hand turn.
We don't
All
give a
left.
shit.
All lefts. Left, like we're left wing.
And I will leave with that conclusion
but you're right wing.
that everybody turns left.
Man, that was awesome.
I tried to take it. I took it.
Or they just say
Sorry,
the left wingers are driving in circles while the right wingers get things done, like own NASCAR.
But they don't.
This is like...
What?
Because I'm just saying, the people that own NASCAR have more executive experience than acorn-loving Obama.
It's going to be so bad.
I will never listen to this.
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing to say.
We probably should end the show right now.
And squirrels like acorns, so...
I'm just saying, if squirrels want to vote for Obama, that's fine with me, but I obey the Constitution.
And
Are you trying to
God,
prevent squirrels from voting?
I have no idea what just happened. All right, so Liberals win 18-17 because of that last statement. And so that means Obama will win by a recount, which will probably happen in Florida. And
I'd like to say for everyone, I mean, it's important to vote. If you're voting for Obama, go out there and vote on Wednesday. It's important.
Okay.
I guess you guys didn't pick up on the fact that the election is Tuesday. Come on, guys. You guys are the worst defenders of truth and justice ever.
November 5th, go out and vote.
No closing statements, fine.
Okay.
We did closing statements.
No, he keeps winning. You guys.
Well, that's because you let him keep talking.
End the
after we do
show,
closing
God.
statements. It's like closing statements, but then you can still talk.
Right. Well, that's the way democracy goes. If he wants to talk, he can still talk.
Listen, I thought you had a good point to make. I'd let you make it. As soon as I think you have a good point to make, and you come over to my side, I'll let you make it.
Right. If you have a good point that agrees with his point.
Listen.
November 4th, vote.
Listen, all you gotta do is if you get a good point, you're gonna fuck it up and abort the good point.
7.
We don't want Hockey Mom governing our country.
Who are gonna pick the kids up from hockey practice then?
Well, hopefully not the President of the United States.
Or vice president.
Why?
Vice president.
Women can be multitasks. They can do a lot of things.
She can't even give birth correctly. BrinkASanityShow.com. That's where you can find all your election needs. I just put up a entire thread on Halloween pictures. You can see me in various ridiculous Halloween pictures, and you can post your own. BrinkASanityShow.com/forum. Holy shit, it's just fucking nuts out there. And vote on Podcast Alley because the first voting resets. So we need votes starting the 1st. We finished 14th in comedy this month, which is not too bad.
And that's a place where your vote will actually count.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, except for, unlike New York.
Swing states.
Unless you're voting in New York or California, the commie states.
We actually don't need that many votes to get into the top 10. Maybe 30 will do it. So vote there, podcastalley.com, search for Brink Sanity, send us a vote. Click on that confirmation email because your vote doesn't count unless you do that. And we're on Dig and we're on iTunes. Subscribe on iTunes. That would be very cool. And yeah, just join the forums and keep listening to the show and hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jason.
Woo!
Thank you, Doc.
All right.
And we'll be back next week with different
People.
things. All right. Thanks. Bye.
Yep.